So my experience of reality is pretty much exactly like being in a lucid dream, where everything in my environment is constantly relaying messages back to me from my subconscious or my higher self or my guides. And I thought I'd share some examples in case that's helpful for people to see how your subconscious or your higher self or guides might be trying to communicate with you. So, one of the examples is spam calls that I get on my phone. And this is kind of a fun illustration of how things that we would generally perceive to be like annoyances or hassles are actually our guides trying to give us some helpful information. I used to get a lot of spam calls from this duct cleaning company that cleans the air ducts in your house. I don't have a house, I have an apartment, and we don't have any ducts to clean. But I would get them all the time. And I finally realized that it was a message to clear out my energy field, especially things related to like the mental space, because it's the air ducts. And the interesting thing is that the more that I've been practicing, maintaining my own energy sovereignty and regularly clearing out my energy fields and checking in and figuring out what's mine, what's not, booting out what's not mine, the less frequently these calls would come in. I mean, they used to come in constantly. And I just remembered about them because I had a couple over the past few days and I was like, oh, thanks for the reminder. Another common one is calls from people pretending to be the government or a credit card company saying like you're in trouble, we're coming, you have to phone and we're coming to get you otherwise, and you got to give us all your money, that thing. These things to think of are if you're looping around in scarcity mindset, that's often like financial scarcity, especially, that's often when those calls might come up. Or if like they can represent the ones with the government, especially can represent like threshold guardians, where you're placing your power in something outside of yourself to kind of reinforce this false belief that you are powerless and that you are small and that there's something that can come and like punish you. And so, yeah, keep that in mind if you're getting those types of calls. You can also look at metaphors around debit and credit, and whether you're maybe have some ancestral baggage or limiting beliefs or stuff from past lives around worthiness, being punished, owing things, what do you deserve, you know, things like that. And then I'll also look for things like if I get a random call from somebody, I'll look up their name and what their name means because there can be a message there. Or if it's from some part of the world, maybe there's like some synchronicities around that part of the world with messages for me, things like that.